So now you understand the basics of what Incoterms are, but how do these terms of sale affect your importing practices? The short answer to this question? In every way. Incoterms define the responsibilities between the buyer and seller throughout the transportation process. Everything from who's responsible for arranging the freight to packaging the goods and paying the import and export fees. However, one of the most misunderstood responsibilities included in Incoterms is marine cargo insurance. A marine cargo insurance policy can only legally pay out on goods that the policyholder has an insurable interest in. If the Incoterm specified on your sales contract says that the other person owns it and is responsible for insuring the goods, then your marine cargo insurance policy cannot pay that claim. So let's take a quick step back and answer, what is insurable interest? An insurable interest is a stake in the value of an entity or event for which an insurance policy is purchased to mitigate the risk of loss. Entities not subject to financial loss from an event do not have an insurable interest and cannot purchase an insurance policy to cover that event. Whether or not an entity stands to suffer a financial loss depends on who owns the goods or bears the risk. Each of the 11 Incoterms define which party is responsible for insurance, but in reality, only 2 Incoterms actually require the responsible party to purchase insurance: CIF and CIP. The others are actually defining which party has the insurable interest up to a certain point in the transport of goods. Knowing your Incoterms and using them correctly reduces the likelihood of disputes, misunderstandings, or hedging on either side. If an agreement of responsibilities is not in writing, it is harder to substantiate a claim on a marine cargo insurance policy. In fact, if there are no written agreements, you are basically asking your insurance provider to take your word as truth at a time when you are financially motivated to possibly stretch the truth. It decreases the credibility of your claim, which is weighed heavily during a claims review. With this deeper understanding of how Incoterms affect your marine cargo insurance, subscribe to our channel for more educational videos about international trade and to check out the rest of our upcoming videos on the topic of Incoterms. Also, download our Incoterm desk reference for a full explanation of each Incoterm and the responsibilities they outline. The link to download can be found in the video description.